my cousin, 5-year-old cousin, Muhammad, came down with yellow fever. The yellow fever, we call it because he was yellow. He came yellow from head to toe. And he became very ill. We thought he was going to die. So they put him in a hospital, this old house converted, that had been converted to a hospital for the poor, manned by one person, one doctor, Ahmed Afara. Ahmed Afara took care of everybody, and they loved him, except for one thing. They were very much concerned about him. In fact, some even disliked him, because when he was getting his education in England, he became Christian. And here they were thinking of this wonderful man, what's going to happen to him in the hereafter. He's going to go to hell because he converted. So my cousin was placed in a small cot on this veranda, and I was asked to be designated to be his bedside nurse. I slept on a small blanket on the cement floor next to him, and the doctor said to feed him and keep him dry and clean. That was my job. He'll come every morning and see him, and as he saw this guy, he'll give him some medicine, and after 1 month, he improved, he discharged him, and as I watched this doctor leaving us, I said to myself, I want to be that man. And that's how I wanted to become just like Ahmed Afara. And the idea never left me, and focused on that from that day on. I got a job at the American consulate, and the consul, Mr. Clark, asked me, I was just a little tyke, he said, what I want to do with my life? I told him I want to work, go to school, and become a doctor. And the commanding officer, he volunteered to tutor me half an hour every day, tutor me English. And the first word I learned how to write was America. And then the clerk would transfer to Jeddah and suggested if I want to, I can follow them. And that's where I ran away with that small little suitcase, because my uncle was running after me, he wanted to catch me. He came within 100 yards. I was already on the motor launch, going to this small cargo boat. My family went kind of berserk. They didn't want me to do that. They thought that it was just too much, I'm going too far, this education business, nonsense, and I better get back home, get married, get a job, and live like a normal human being. Well, instead, I just grabbed his old boat, and after 18 days and 18 nights, we landed in the harbor of New York. Because Mr. Clark met me in New York, and as we were driving, and I think I was so impressed with fireflies. I thought that was unbelievable, another miracle. All these people have all the lights and electricity, and yet even their flies have lights. And then no checkpoints between the states for people to search you. All I see welcoming signs. Pennsylvania welcomes you. Maryland welcomes you. Virginia welcomes you. That was awesome.
I joined the Peace Corps in 1988, soon after finishing college. Well, a recruiter called and she said, what do you think about going to Yemen? I kind of paused on the phone, and I knew where Yemen was. I knew that it was a Muslim country. I knew that they spoke Arabic. But outside of that, I knew nothing about Yemen. I went up to the local library, and they had a National Geographic that had come out, and I started to read about it and about the rich history. And I thought, well, I'm a social studies teacher and I love history, so it's, the history goes all the way back. It seemed like a great place to go. For the first time, they were going to take Americans and put them in rural Yemen to teach English as a second language. And so I remember that first day as we're flying in over the skies of Sana'a, the capital. I look off to the left and I look to the right, and there's these old Russian MiG fighter planes parked on the sides of the runway. And at that point I realized that I wasn't in Kansas City anymore. The funniest part about being in Yemen on the first day was we got into a car and off we go, and I've never seen traffic so crazy in all my life. There were cars coming from all different directions. And where I come from, you only use your horn when you absolutely have to. But there, they used it as much as they used their steering wheel. Everywhere we went, every corner, people were honking their horns and shouting out the window and making these strange gestures that I had no idea what they meant. And the traffic was all going into single file, coming from 5 different directions. And the best way that I could sum it up, it was organized chaos. Everybody knew what they were supposed to do, but for someone outside the country, it made absolutely no sense. And at that point, I was glad that I wasn't behind the wheel.